What's going on is episode 30 of the Merce and Their Show.
It should have probably been, 35 today?
33. It should have been 33.
Sorry.
It should have been 33.
It's been a crazy busy month.
Yeah, it has been. But you know what? I think it's safe to say we might be going to every 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah. But no, it has. It has been a while. Just getting off. I never understood. Coming home and seeing my mom. I get off of school or at the college. I come back. Or
he gets off at 1 and he's just done for the day. And he's like, "You ready to record?" As I'm coming in,
tired, battle bruise from fighting, dude. I had, alcohol is a hell of a drug, right? Okay.
I've experienced a couple of times hugging the toilet.
Okay, well, yes, but from the other alcohol withdrawal.
Oh, you had some people going.
I came in one morning. I just got on the shift, and they're like, "Hey, you got someone so-and-so in your room?" I'm like, "All right, cool." I go over there, start doing my assessment. He's a little out of it.
Yeah.
All right. Checking him out, do all the basic tests.
Yeah.
I can't find what's going on. This usually starts hallucinating, seeing stuff, ripping stuff out. So he has past history of alcohol withdrawal, right? So we're like, oh, darn it, here we go. So we do our precautions and we hang a banana bag.
Yeah.
With folic acid, thiamine, vitamins, just to help replenish the body. Because if it's alcohol withdrawal, first off, we want to replenish everything you're losing, right? And so hanging it, he starts going. I go out, I come back in. He's standing up, all the wires put off. He pulled his IV, not out of his arm, but IV. He ripped the actual tubing from the bag, and so it's just sitting there, it's all over the floor. Oh. And I don't know if you ever smelt it. It smells like urine.
Oh, what the bag?
The bag,
the
yeah.
Stuff?
And it smells like just straight urine, and it was everywhere. And I'm like, can y'all call housekeeping, please? And then I'm trying to get him up. He's trying to get back in bed. We're fighting. And we're fighting. I'm like, I am losing my mind. I'm like, I cannot deal with this.
Was he an older guy?
Oh, maybe like 50s.
Oh, man.
But just alcohol, man. And so, labs is all whacked, out of whack. And we finally got a room for him and got him up there. But we finally had some orders for some Ativan to chill him out a little bit because he kept getting out of bed.
Yeah.
I couldn't go see my other patients, and so I was literally in front of his room just charting as I go.
What did he drink, liquor or like alcohol?
Don't know.
You don't know?
Don't know. But he was just out of it, and he was seeing stuff. He was just like, and I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, blah, blah.
You're like, it's right there, buddy, to the right.
Yeah, we finally got him out of there, right? And I'm like, oh, cool, right?
Yeah.
I ain't got to worry about this no more. Day goes on. Day's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, that that day, we had maybe I had like 2-3 patients max. It was so quiet in ER. It was never seen it before, right? And I'm like, all right, this is going good. And just so you know, like I'm off, orientation.
Yeah.
I'm flying solo. I'm taking everybody on my own, and so I'm sitting there, and so they're like, hey, no, we got so and so and just got to the room. All right, I go check on him. Get a little dizziness, been vomiting for a while. Like, okay, cool, right? Like, yeah, man, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm like,
another one?
Dude, my mind just flashed to that morning. And I'm like, I said, please don't. I said, sir, are you okay? He goes, yeah, I'm fine. I said, let's just not go backwards, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't here for that. He was, he had a whole nother issues going on, but got him taken care of. But yeah, dude, like he just said that, my mind flashed back to that morning. I'm like, I can't. I already had 2 hours of hell.
You're already that traumatized?
Yeah, dude. Like
that, he must have been a pretty bad one then.
It was bad. And like, I mean,
you're like, you want the good news? The good news is you're gonna live. The bad news is your liver shot. You keep hallucinating. The bug is on the right. Keep grabbing for it.
How's the jail?
How's the good old correctional?
Yeah.
Well, we hired some new girls, and I am so bad at training because I know the girls were good to me there. I am such a bad trainer. How long have you
been there?
I think since the end of February.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's been that long?
March, yeah. I thought I was just there. Every day I feel like I'm a brand new person walking in the door, but I'm not a good trainer because I laugh and talk to everybody when I give them meds, and I'm like, you really should be making them do cartwheels, look in the mouth, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, this is not a good training.
Don't do this. Don't do what I do.
Yeah, I know. I just talk so much because I'm so nosy.
Hey, Jimbo.
I was like, hey, how did your court date go? You leaving?
You getting the what do they call it? You getting the chains?
You got chains. Free roll. I did learn something new. I was talking to this guy. He came in and we had to do his blood sugar, and I said, "Oh, okay. So you are a diabetic out?" And I said, "Out in the community." And he goes, "What?" I said, "Yeah, like out in the community. You saw the doctor. You're a diabetic." And then the officer goes, "It's free road." And he goes, "She means in the free road." And he was like, "Oh, the free road." And I started laughing because it's funny. And the officer goes, "You have to learn. You have to talk to them the way they know." And it was so funny. It's like when I said the free road. Oh, no, miss. Yeah. No. I didn't take nothing. But he didn't understand when I was trying to be nice, like, you know, in the community. Yeah. And he was like, what? And then there was a fight. It's so funny. Every time I go back on Mondays, like, well, I'm going to start shift work in about 2 weeks, which is good fine with me because I love being off during the week. But it never fails. When I go back on Monday, like I see new people in medical, and this one guy is a guy I already know. And I said, what happened to him? I thought it was his seizures. Well, this goes to show you with sports and men, except they had alcohol. They were arguing over a channel, over a game. I don't know, at the Texas some game. And the 3 guys just beat the crap out of that guy and stomped on his arm, his forearm, broke it. Hand was so swollen. I mean, he was a mess. So now he's with us. He broke his arm.
Oh my gosh.
Over football. And I said, damn, I don't want to see y'all with alcohol at a bar.
No kidding.
But and so he made me laugh because he's always complaining and stuff. He goes, I can't feel my fingertips. And I said, they just stomped the crap out of your arm and your hand, and it's broken. But he made me laugh. And then he goes, because, you know, they're always worried about their money, right? I tell you about their concert. He goes, I don't think I should have to be charged for going to the specialist. And I'm like, dude, it's like $7, like $15. I said, really? When I go, like, okay. Because
hold on, wait. Before we went for it, so it's like, to you seen, how much is it to you seen?
To be seen there by a doctor or go to the hospital, it's like $15.
So then what is it?
A day.
So what is how do they get the rest of the money?
It's a county, so they budget, they budget for the year and like from the hospital, the lab work, things like that, they always get like a bid, like, so they give us a set price. So the hospital probably won't charge as much, but I mean the inmates pay like, $15 a day a visit.
And then here you are, you go to ER with that insurance.
Hey,
$2,000 in the pocket.
Hey, I am almost done paying off my ER bill for like a year ago. But it was funny. He was like, I don't think I should have to pay for this because it was an incident. And I said, well, maybe you shouldn't have said nothing to get beat up. Yeah. And but anyway, so there's always something every day. So.
Yeah.
But other than that,
it's funny you say about that dude's fingertips. I had a guy who got his finger amputated.
I get the chills thinking about that.
They're like, hey, guy in your room. All right, I go check on him. I read the triage. It's like, middle finger second digit because it's thumb first, second thumb, second, third, fourth, fifth digit. They don't call this.
I know. I was just gonna say. So they call it thumb.
But yet they start with second digit. It's
okay,
weird.
that is weird.
So it was thumb, second, third. So it was the third digit. It's a third digit amputation. I'm like, and I'm helping one of the docs.
Was it still bleeding?
Well, hold on, fool. Let me build up the story.
Was it splurting blood in your face?
Anyways, we got the calls. I'm in another room with a doctor helping with a central line.
Yeah.
And so it's a sterile procedure. So we're all, gowned up, and because I've never helped with one before. Yeah. So my charger's like, hey, you want to learn? I'm like, yeah, I want to learn. So I jumped in on. It wasn't my patient.
Yeah.
I just jumped to help. And so I'm doing it. She's walking me through it, talking me, and blah, blah, blah. 30 minutes goes by. Finally, we finished. And it's like, hey, your patient here. We discharged him. You got a brand new one over here and one over here. So, all right. So I go read that triage and it's the amputation. I'm like, huh. That's all right. Well, him versus the other one is nausea, vomiting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go see amputation, make sure it's not bleeding.
Yeah.
Right? And so I go over there. And this young guy, he's sitting there with a rag on his finger like this. And I'm like, all right, boss, I ask all my questions. Like, what happened? He goes, well, I'm working on the shop bench and there's some squares and my finger got caught in there. And then something came and whoop, and just got it. I was like, all right. I said, well, I got to open it and like unwrap it so I can see what's going on, right? And I'm expecting like, when they say amputate, I'm thinking like they sliced it and it's hanging off.
Yeah.
and as I'm unwrapping, I look to the side and there's a cup of ice and a baggie in there. I'm like, is that he goes, yeah, that's mine. and so I finish unwrapping and I look, and it's literally like a perfect slice here. It's missing, like it's gone.
Oh my god!
And I was like, okay. He's like, ha ha ha. He's like, it's not.
Was
it's
that
not
towel
active.
sticking or anything to it?
Well, I try to soak it so it can come off easier for the blood.
Yeah.
But it wasn't actively bleeding. So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. So I put a light gauze on there on a table. I said, hey, just keep it here like this, because docs don't need to see it, right? And so I went through the bag. Like, so here's the ice. And I picked up the bag. And I'm like, and it's a piece of finger just sitting there. And then I go to talk to Doc, and Doc comes in and he's like, and then he's like, and he goes, hey, go give me this and this. So I'll go get some stuff, and I come back, and he's like, he's grabbing some stuff. I said, hey, I got your stuff. He goes, cool. I said, so we're gonna do the finger. He goes, oh no. He goes, you can't put it on. He's like, yeah, he asked the guy. I said, he's like, hey, do you want it? He goes, no. And so he's doing the biohazard.
But you know what? Think about it. Kudos to the guy that picked it up and put it in the bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, that's the real hero of the story.
I was like, dang. And so anyways, they had to they numbed the heck out of it. And they had these big old like nail clippers.
Oh my God. I just makes my stomach flip.
You hear the clipping of the bone, because he had to dig down so he can make a flap. And he sewed it back on there. I was like, dang. I mean, the guy's a little stubby now.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
Oh
that was my
God.
first. That was my first amputation I had to deal with. I was like, that's it. I'm like, thank you, sir. Thanks. I've always wanted to be a part of this.
You're like, so see, this wasn't for nothing. This was a learning experience for me. Oh my God.
It was funny because the guy was like, yeah, his I guess supervisor or friend, whatever, he brought him, was like, yeah, he's gonna be the third one now that has the amputation. I'm like,
oh my
and the doc was like, shouldn't it be like an OSHA violation at this point? Like,
should y'all get rid of that table?
It's just something going on.
But what I'm saying, kudos to his boss or whoever that did it.
Okay, so and I had another lady who put her hand in a blender.
What? Okay.
She was cleaning it out, and
it was plugged.
And she left it plugged.
Oh my God.
She was like, I was going to get it.
Oh my
And then I pushed the button. I'm like, why? But it was all superficial. Like, it didn't require stitches or nothing. But you can see distinct slices in her fingers, 2 of them. And she was like, yeah. She goes, I was trying, it was stuck, and it wouldn't turn no more. And so I went in there and I tried to.
It was just probably you're so
I
used
looked
to
at her, and if we got her taken care of, cleaned up, tetanus and everything.
Yeah.
And so I'm discharging her. She goes, oh, mijo. She goes, I'm not using that blender no more. I said, okay. I said, ma'am, just don't put your hand anywhere near sharp things, okay? She goes, oh, no, mijo, not tonight. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, what? And it was the same as my amputating board. So I'm like, what is it with people with getting fingers cut?
Oh my God, that gives me the chills.
Yeah, it was a little wild. It was a little wild, but it was a good day. That was a good day.
Oh my God, what else happened? What else has been happening to you?
I'm gonna tell you this: if you suspect your child swallowed a battery, and you think it came from a certain remote, go check that remote and see if it's missing or not.
Are they like the cell bat? What battery?
The circular ones.
Those are bad, right? Don't they?
Yeah,
don't they burn?
No, they really bad.
Did someone, a little kid, did that?
Well, there was a patient, and there's so they thought that she swallowed the battery.
Yeah.
And so of course we got her in the bay, X-ray immediately, and she didn't swallow nothing. There was nothing there, which is good.
Yeah.
Good. Because I didn't know this, but if they do swallow it, you have to transfer them out to a children's hospital immediately.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, everything was fine. But I was asking them, and they're like, I said, did you look to go see if it was missing? No. I'm like, so how did why do you think?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But I'm like, I don't care. I mean, I'd rather you come in and be nothing than you just But still, I'm like, why wouldn't you see if it was there or not?
Yeah. I mean, kind of I mean, that's kind of a question they're gonna ask.
Yeah. But it was interesting though.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. But no, yes, and I remember I got recognized by a couple patients. They looked at me. They're like, "Hey, aren't you so and so? You took care of so and so. I'm like, I don't remember. I mean, I see some people. I barely remember half of them. If there is, right?
Like they know you because you took care of somebody they knew.
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah. And then, and they come back like, yeah, you took care of me about a week ago. And I'm like, oh, you're here again? And I'm like, what happened now?
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, oh, my tooth hurts. And I'm like, oh.
You're like, oh,
Go see a dentist?
You're like, we're the dentist. Oh, okay.
But
so
no, there's a
but
lot.
Did they seem happy that you're taking care of them?
Yeah, I did. And then one of them gave me like a thank you thing, and then another one gave me a granola bar.
Like from their purse or what?
Yeah. Well, no, it was a week ago, and dude, we were slammed, and
like
we were.
They had it in their purse and was like,
yeah.
Okay.
And I took it and I ate that thing. I was hungry. No, it was wrapped, but I was sitting there because they said you can't take money on gifts,
trips,
food. They say it's fine.
But that was
and
nice.
So I'm sitting there because I'm taking care of her mom.
Yeah,
and she's a nurse.
Yeah,
the one that I'm talking to, the daughter, and
and she knows how it is.
Yeah, mom chest pain. She had a previous heart attack, so of course we get checked out, right? And so she's like. She goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So it was just a stupid busy day, right?
Yeah.
And it's like 4 PM. She goes, "Have you eaten?" I said, "Yeah, Reese's cup."
Yeah.
And she goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "That's all I've had to eat because I haven't had time." Yeah. And she goes, She opens her bag, goes, "Here," gives me a granola bar, and I'm like, "I really appreciate this." And I was charting, and I'm eating it. I'm like, "This is good."
Was it the crunchy one?
No, it was a fancy kind. Like I've never seen those.
She
before.
probably got hers at a bougie, the Costco center.
She's an ICU nurse. She does all that. I'm like, I said, "Hey, girl, I'll take it." Don't tell me twice.
That is cool though. That's cool that she understands. And somebody recognized me. I was at Dollar Tree the day. I was buying some super glue, and I went in real quick.
She's like, "Man, you're the nurse that."
It was a guy, and I had my head down, kind of going in, and I shouldn't wear my uniform out. And he goes, "Hey, Miss Flores," and I was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "You look familiar because the glasses, they got the gold, those I don't like. I just, for the record, I don't like those." And he goes, "It's me." I go, "Oh, how are you?" And the whole time his wife is at the cash register, like looking at me. We're standing there, the door open. She's probably gonna beat me up. And I don't want your man. And he goes, "I got back surgery. Look." He turned around. He proceeded to lift up his tank top, see the scar, and I'm like, "What are you doing out? Like you should be resting."
Yeah.
Don't. I know, but it's okay. I'm doing good. I said, "Oh, okay. Well, and I'm like, well, good luck to you, and I'm glad you're out.
You're rehabilitated."
Yeah. But so, anyways, because I've been asked that question. Someone asked one of the nurses, "Have you seen anybody out?" I said, "No, I haven't." So I was proud to go back and tell the girls, I saw an ex-inmate. Yeah. He held the door open for me. His girlfriend thought I wanted him, and he showed me his back scar.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Man. I saw my first X-ray where somebody stuck something up their butt.
Oh my God, I love reading those stories.
It wasn't even my patient. I was walking by and one of the doctors was like, I was talking to the nurse behind me. Yeah. He was like, "Hey, look at the X-ray." And I turned around and goes, "It was not your patient." I'm like, "Oh, my bad." He goes, "But look at it too." And so I looked.
What?
And
was it?
It was
oh my God.
It was a vape pen.
Now, were they trying to smuggle? Was it someone from my jail?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I just saw it, and you saw it highlighted in the image. We're like, huh. And everybody's looking like, it's not supposed to be there. It's not supposed to be there.
Did he just need a laxative, take it out, or did they have to just go in there? Okay.
He passed it. He passed it in the restroom.
Because I love to see the stories that,
You read the stories like on Reddit.
Yes. Or like, and how they always go in there and they always say, I fell.
I slipped and fell.
And some of that, I remember, I shouldn't say, but instructor that I had, and I remember you having, when she worked the ER, she said one time an old man went in there trying to give himself an enema. And old people, they have a different mindset. Yeah. He was constipated, and he put a water hose up him, and he turned it on because, and he like, he blew out some of his colon. I'll never forget that. His wasn't sexual gratification. His was,
he's like, "Bro, I'm constipated. Yes. I need some help."
And I was like, but then, when you see pictures of like Coke bottles, like, how does that work?
There's this one guy that I've talked to. He worked at a surgical center. He was like, he's seen one of big old, we call those cucumbers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like the English cucumber. That's
I
really
don't know,
long.
man. But hey, you know what? I ain't complaining though, just because you see every single thing in the ER. I do not complain. It's always interesting. It's always.
And I'm sure. I mean, y'all don't judge. Y'all just probably just trying to figure out, like, okay, how are we gonna get it? How are we gonna take care of this problem?
We're like, how is he walking with that in there?
Has this happened before? Have you tried any other vegetable?
We're like, and then you're talking about like, why don't you like tie something to the end of it just in case?
Yeah, because
in case.
Just in case it suctions up like the black hole. It shoots off to space in your innards.
Oh my goodness.
That is funny. That is funny.
Well, I mean, it's been a heck of a couple weeks though, man. But you know, just celebrated a birthday, so we had fun with that. We have now. I got 4 shifts coming up next week.
Yeah, I was
back to back.
I was telling Grandma about that.
Yeah,
I said because she goes, he's got some days off. I
think it was funny though, because I think when I was talking to when I was making giving my preference for my schedule. I was like, I like to at least work like a 4 and a 3.
Yeah.
Could at least give me seven shifts.
Yeah.
But I was thinking in my head, I didn't explain it well, but I was like, 2 on, 2 off, 2 on. There's my 4 that week.
Oh.
And then well, when they heard 4 and 3, they thought, 4 back to backs. And so I'm like, huh. So this whole new schedule I'm working every other week. I'm doing like my 4, which is I can't complain because I have like 4 or 5 days off in between.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but still, you're
I'm
like, just
for
the record, next time you do it next month, this is how I meant. But 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 the thing is, when you're so busy, I know that's like where I work now. I mean, most of the times I'm glad for a quiet day, but it's so busy. I welcome it.
No, it does go by fast because like yesterday, like when I looking up at the time clock after we all got done, it was like almost 2-3 o'clock, and I finally got lunch and sat down and was charting, and I had maybe 2 patients the rest of the day. Yeah, it was just super slow. Like they sent nurses home because they shut down half the ER because it was slow.
Wow, that's and
I'm like. I can go, guys.
You're like, y'all need me to go?
Are you sure?
You start grabbing your stuff. Oh, my bad. I thought we were, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was, but no, it was, I was like, I'm about to text everybody on a group chat, like, hey, we need to go to ER. Now's the time.
I know.
Go.
You should.
We get you in a room.
Yeah, because, what do they call it? Like the low hour. Sometimes you're like, is it busy right now? And they'll tell you that's what you should do.
Yeah, man. But this week, coming up, October 11th, it's the second Wednesday of the month. It's of October is ER Nurses Week.
Oh, good.
And so last night, I worked till 9:30ish last night, and so I'm with night shift, and we get text from our charge from Days, and she's like, "Hey, management wants a group picture of all ER mid and night shift nurses to post so they can post it," and we're like, "Okay," and so I'm like. One of the other girls went and talked to the charge, and he's like, all right, we'll get this done real quick. And so we all of us, every single nurse in the ER, even the docs, we all went and took a picture right in front of one of our trauma bays. And then they're like, all right, guys. And one was like, well, let's go outside. There's better lighting under like the fluorescent lights. So we went outside to take a picture.
And was it good?
I don't know. I didn't see a picture, but when I started taking a picture, and I'm like, and this is during working. I mean, it was really slow. It's really stupid.
I know, but I bet they were like, they come out with their urine sample. Where? It probably felt like the
Walking Dead.
Yes, with Rick when Rick woke up. I bet they were like, where?
No, that's what I'm saying. And so we're all outside in the ambulance bay taking the picture, and then like we went and like I bet people were like driving by. Like I bet you they're like. What's going on? Are they on strike? Are they on strike, guys?
They're probably like, we got a union.
Yeah. And then so we turn around because you have to badge in to get to the ambulance bay. Yeah. And so they started badging and it wouldn't open. We're like, are we locked out? It finally opened after the third one. And so we went in and we were joking. We're like, man, I wonder if the patients just looking at us like, hey, where'd everybody go?
The patients are in the room, because sometimes you can still hear noise. And they're like, it's been overly quiet. And it's like when Rick wakes up, it's like, what the heck? That is too funny.
It was funny just because, like I said, we were all like literally, if something happened, we were all outside taking a picture.
So
I don't think we're like
Yeah,
it was like 20 feet. But
I
still,
bet when people passed by, they were like, do they have, are they the picket
they
line?
unionized. They unionized.
So are they going to post like the picture like on the website?
I think so, yeah.
Cool.
But I don't know.
Cool.
I hadn't seen the pictures, but I didn't even know if it was even a ER nurse this week. But I'm like, cool. Well, at least we got a
Were you
picture.
like, I'm not going to be here on that day, so can you put my stuff in my cubby? Can you just save my stuff, put it in a cubby for me?
Guys, I can drive in. I can come in. I'm okay.
Is it luncheon? Is it a free?
So I walked into work yesterday, right? And I work from 9 to 9.
Yeah.
So everyone's already there, and I walk in, and like I said, it's on the weekends. The hospital's locked down. Only open doors is through the emergency room.
And they do it on the weekend, like during all hours in the morning or just in the evening?
What?
Like when you said it's locked down.
No, on the weekends. Because there's
they do
nobody
that?
there.
Oh,
I
didn't know they did that.
Yeah, no, like if you wanted to go see a family, you would have to go through the ER entrance.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
because it's nobody's there. But weekday, everyone's there, so everything's open.
Yeah.
But so you have to badge in because I come in from the back of the hospital where I park.
Yeah.
And I have to badge in to open the doors to go in.
Yeah.
And this is where I clock in.
Yeah.
And so I walk in, right? I have my headphones on, my AirPods. I'm just listening to music. I'm going, I'm trying to prepare myself for the day, right? Like,
you're like, Lord, I don't know if it's gonna be bad or not.
The day before sucked. Like it was. Like, I worked Friday, Saturday, and Friday was just busy.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I respect the busy days because you get to learn, right? But I was like, man, it was just a busy day, and so I'm like, man. Let's hope Saturday is not stupid, right? Let's hope Saturday is not stupid.
Yeah.
And of course, we get there. And I'm walking through, listening to my music, and I badge in. There's a little table right in front of HR, and I'm walking to the ER.
Yeah.
And I hear someone goes, "Sir, sir." And I look over, and there's two nurses. They're like, "You want your flu shot?" I'm like, "Sure." And because I had to get one.
Yeah,
right? And
but
so
I'm saying, but you took it before work.
Yeah, so I walk in there.
Sure, why not?
I'm like, sure. And so I'm signing out the paperwork.
Yeah.
And she goes, "All right, here," picks me up, and dude, I'm like, I don't know how many times she's done it. Like she was like, I'm like, I'm like, hit it. What are you doing?
You're like, you must not be an ER nurse because we
I ain't got time for this. Just go hit it. But no, she did it, and then I'm like, she's holding me. I'm watching me. I'm like, I keep looking at her. I'm like, can I go now? And she goes, yeah. You know what? I guess I put a Band-Aid on.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
like, no, I swear to God.
I know, but she was one of those. Just put a damn Band-Aid on.
I'm like, I don't care. Let me go. I gotta go. And so,
I work in the ER. We have plenty of Band-Aids.
And so I saw going, right? I'm leaving, and some guy was walking over here, and he asked them, "Hey, how do I get to ICU?"
Yeah.
Which he's on the other side, and because after hours you have to walk all the way.
Yeah.
It's a long area, and so one of the other ladies like, "Hey, go here in the middle, take a left." Well, what she's talking about, it's locked during the weekends, and so I saw her walking, and he's like maybe like 20 steps in front of me, and she's like, "Hey, oh," because they're talking about, "Oh, it's locked," and I hear him, and she's like, "Oh, sir, can you show him where it is?"
And you're like, I'm gonna be late.
Well, no, I know, seriously. Like, if he's in front of me, I would going down the hallway, and I go right here to the ER because it's right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta go to. I'm going to the ER because, I guess it's okay. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're sitting. Go walk.
You're like, if you would have wasted 2 minutes watching my arm, if I was gonna require a Band-Aid.
Yeah. And so I was like, I can't. I gotta go to ER. I'm not going across the hospital.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
going
on
to
shift.
the ER right now. And so she goes, oh, okay, don't worry about it. And so I'm like, I'm not. And I went to the ER.
She's those ER nurses have attitude.
Bro, like, dude, I started seeing like there's some truth to it, man. People like ER nurses is a different breed from talking to the rest of the hospital but it is what it is, man. I mean, I can't complain. I love it there. But so I'm going, days going on, right? And I'm sitting at chart. I'm like, my arm starts getting sore. Yeah, I'm this bullshit. And then so I'm sitting there, I'm trying to like, no, did you get your flu shot? I'm like, yeah, I did. She goes, oh gosh, they end in like 30 minutes. And so she leaves and she goes, grabs 4 shots and she brings them and she starts hitting everybody. Here, sign the paperwork. And so everyone got a flu shot.
Yeah.
And so that half the day, one of them got really bad. She was like, I don't feel good.
Yeah. See, that sucks when you get sick.
She started having body aches.
Yeah.
And she's like, I gotta go. So
you're like, what they give me? Water?
Did she get sterile water, guys?
She gave me air. She gave me flu air.
Man.
Yeah, no, that's right. It is.
And that's
time.
another thing that gets me too. Like, I talk to patients and I ask them, because I got to ask them about their immunizations.
Yes.
It's just this, all like thousands of assessments. We got to ask them.
Yeah.
And I don't need a backstory. I'm just like,
why they want?
Dude, this is how it goes. I'm down the line in my head, right? I'm like, are you all of your immunizations up to date? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Tetanus? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Have you had a history of flu vaccines? Yes or no? History of pneumonia vaccines? History of COVID vaccines? If yes, which one? Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, Moderna, 1 or 2 doses or boosters. And so, like, that's how I go down the line.
Yeah.
I just tell me yes or no. Like, I don't want a backstory. And because, I don't have time. I had to go see these other people, right? And so, and they're like, no, I don't take the flu vaccine because it makes me sick. I'm like, okay, so no. And then I don't know. I don't trust the COVID vaccine.
And Biden made that COVID.
I'm like, I don't care, bud. Just say yes or no. And they start giving me like, well, I think I had a shot back then. It was like and they're like a shingles vaccine. I said, I didn't ask you about shingles. I said, I just asked tetanus, flu, pneumonia, and COVID. That's all I'm asking about right now.
Yeah.
Well, I've also had RSV. And I'm like, I'm asking about the yes or no to COVID? Yes or no to COVID? Well,
oh my God.
No, because it makes me sick. Okay, no to COVID. Next question. I'm like, dude, just give me a yes or no. But especially when they want to tell me a backstory. But it is what it is.
Yeah,
though.
I know.
I can't complain. I love what I do. I love everybody I work with. They're all really great and awesome and, very teaching still. So I love everybody. But I want to leave us off with something that I thought of.
I know.
By
this
searching.
was your own quote.
No, I stole it from somewhere. So like it says, never regret a day in your life. Good days give you happiness and bad days give you experience.
I like
so you
that.
can always learn from something, either be good or bad, but you're still learning something, right?
That's true. Even the bad, you know better. I mean, you know how they say, first time shame on me, on you. Second time shame on me.
Yep.
So
you're always gonna learn. That. Exactly. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you for joining us. Sorry it's been so long till we got an episode out, but like I said, life has been crazy. But hey, we're still doing it, and y'all don't even pay for this, so y'all just enjoy us.
Yeah.
But I want to thank y'all. Y'all can always have a great one, and we'll see you next time. See ya.